The most heartwarming Korean romantic movies in 2023. Best 10 Korean romance movies that you must watch. Number 1. Castaway on the Moon, 2008. This movie is not a typical romantic movie. It's very surreal and touching and has dark themes such as suicide and internet addiction. As a summary DOI, the movie Castaway to the Moon centers on Kim Song-joon, a lonely man who shuns society and prefers the internet to the real world. One night, as Kim attempts suicide, he's spotted by a photographer, Kim Jong-yeon, who loves photographing the moon. These two unlikely lovers soon strike up a conversation based on messages in bottles and scribbled notes. How their love comes to be is a heartwarming story. The one thing that will immediately draw you in the movie is the heartwarming performances by the two main leads. I especially loved Jung Jae-young's portrayal of a man in grief and turmoil. It explores dark themes and can be a heavy watch. However, the witty screenplay and brilliant acting make it a top contender on Korean love story movie list, which takes 8.6 IMDb ratings. This movie can watch in Netflix. Number 2. A Werewolf Boy. The movie begins with an old woman reminiscing about her first love. Kim Sun-hee was just a little girl in the 1960s when she discovers a wild boy near her home who her kind mother mistakes for an orphan. But something's not right about the boy, as Kim Sun-hee soon discovers. I just love heartwarming A Werewolf Boy is despite not being very richly detailed in the plot. While the movie isn't dialogue heavy, it manages to bring tears to your eyes just through its beautiful cinematography and haunting score. And the acting prowess of the two kids is something to be celebrated. It was amazing to watch these young kids emote so well on screen. The movie's a very drama-heavy. The screenplay meanders a bit, especially in the last half of the movie, but the charm and aesthetic of the film make up for it, in my opinion. I also liked the cinematography in this film. There is a chilly blue filter and a foggy effect that gives you the feeling that you're watching the movie out of a dew-covered window. It's a truly beautiful artistic choice. Number 3. A Moment to Remember. The movie revolves around a girl, Kim Soo-jin, who belongs to a rich family. She falls in love with Choi Chul-soo, who happens to be a humble construction worker. Not only does this couple have to battle the class differences that come in their way, Kim Soo-jin also gets stricken with Alzheimer's. A Moment to Remember movie is a tearjerker, and a massive one at that. Keep your tissues ready. I found it to be one of the best Korean romantic movies of all times. Number 4. The Beauty Inside. Now this movie has one of the most interesting concepts that's seen in recent times. The main love interest is a man, Woo-jin, who doesn't have a body. Or rather, he doesn't have one body, as his consciousness flits from one person to another every day. One day he might be Korean, one day he might not. Sometimes he isn't even a man. So naturally, Woo-jin's played by many different actors, including Park Shin-hye. But one thing remains constant. Woo-jin is madly in love with only one woman, Yae-soo. As far as Korean romance movies go, this one is far from formulaic. If you're a fan of books as well as movies when it to romance, you'll find the plot has similarities to that of David Levithan's Every Day. Number 5. Be With You. Be With You is a remake of a Japanese movie of the same name. The story follows Woo-jin, a single father who struggles to raise his son after the death of his wife. But one day, his wife Sue seemingly returns from the dead with no memory whatsoever of dying. This movie is pretty heartwarming and melodramatic, which gained 7.7 IMDb rating. Number 6. 200 Pounds Beauty. The movie is the story of a ghost singer, Kang Hana, who's often neglected due to her overweight appearance, until she gets a plastic surgery and becomes hot. If you're looking for a nuanced, Oscar-worthy tale of self-love, this ain't it. But if you want a fun take on South Korea's obsession with beauty and a cutesy romance, this movie is a fantastic watch. Number 7. Architecture 101. The main theme of this Korean romantic movie is nostalgia, destiny, and finding a lost love. It begins with an old woman Yang Seo-yeon who asks her old architecture classmate Lee Seung-min to help her design her home. The movie is sprinkled with 90s references and brings you a lovely dose of nostalgia. A heartwarming tale that will surely remind everyone of their first love. Number 8. My Sassy Girl. If you're a Korean or Japanese millennial and haven't heard of My Sassy Girl, you probably have been living under a rock. This movie is a pop culture phenomenon in South Korea. In fact, the love and madness My Sassy Girl has inspired has even been compared to the Titanic mania. What people loved about this movie is the atypical female lead who's not all soft and dainty. She's, well, sassy and fun and quirky. The movie also stars Chi Tae-hyun as a nerdy engineering student who embarks on a fun journey with Jun Ji-hyun's character. Number 9. My Girl and I. This movie is one of those romantic tearjerkers. So you've been forewarned. It tells the story of Soo-hyun, a high school student who saves the life of Soo-hoo, her classmate. They continue to hit it off, and their relationship blossoms until tragedy strikes again. Number 10. Love, Lies. This isn't just a romantic movie. It's also a historical drama. The movie is set in the 1940s when Korea was under Japanese rule. Not only does the movie showcase a heart-touching romance, but also highlights the struggles of colonized Korean society. The movie's main theme is the struggle between modernity and tradition. This is highlighted by the strain in the relationship between Jung So-yule and Seo Yeon-hee, two female entertainers, or Ki-saeng, who find themselves at crossroads when So-yul falls in love with a pop singer. Thank you so much and subscribe.